Today I'm going to show you how to make this super pretty folded flower style. Now they do have a name and I believe it's pronounced Kanazashi flower. But as I said before in previous videos, I can barely speak my own language some days, so I may have mispronounced that, but this is what they're called, in case you're better at pronouncing things than I am. And we're going to use, on these ones, because you can do a layered version, we're going to use 5 petals of 1 inch ribbon, and we need 10 centimetres for each, so 5 times 10 centimetres in 1 inch ribbon. And obviously we've got this little pink silver edge ribbon version. I love silver edge ribbon, and I get this from Love Your Crafts Ltd in the UK. I'll link the supplier in the description below along with all my measurements. And if you ever need any help with these, I have a Facebook group as well, and in there is a corresponding picture tutorial, so if you need an extra little guide as you're making along and you don't fancy watching the video, the picture tutorial is in the group there as well. Now you can see on this one, I'll just show you, I have missed a stitch in here, because what can happen, I'll show you as we're stitching, if you don't capture all these layers, so all the way through here, this happens. So it like pops, so one of those over there is not quite caught, and that's why that petal's slightly out of alignment. But I purposely left it in because I wanted to show you where you might possibly go wrong and how to fix it and how to make sure you've done it properly, so that you can learn from my mistakes, because like I said, that's more helpful sometimes than making things perfect every time, because I know where you might potentially go wrong. So these are the cute little flowers, and as I said before, you could do 10 petals and you could do one layer like this and then slightly turn it and have your other layer on top like that and have like a more stacked version. But like I said, I think they're quite cute with just the 5 petals. So I've got my 5 petals cut already, and each end is heat sealed already. So in the Blue Betty Flame, or if you've got a wood burning tool, you can cut them with your wood burning tool, as long as they're all 10 centimetres a piece. Now you do need a ruler for this, so just put those in a pile. And I've also got some little hold clips. These work as like my second set of hands when I'm not using. Because your first fold, we need to fold it in half, but we don't want it to go directly in half. We want this to be 1 centimetre longer this side. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do the same on all 5 pieces. And you want to turn up so that you've got this long piece here, and we've turned up at a triangle from that fold there. Then we take this one and we bring that to the edge here, and this is when I use my extra clips. So use that to hold that all in place, and like I said, this is the bit that you can miss on your stitching, so we need to make sure it stays in there. Now fold this piece in half over, like so, so it meets up with this edge here, and then you want to fold this way down into a triangle, and then I move my clip to hold this in place. Okay, and I can see there that I had slipped down a little bit, so I've just gone back in and made sure that they all line up, because like I said, that's vitally important, because as you saw with that one, if we don't line them up, you can miss that stitch and have them look a little bit out of place. Okay, so we're going to repeat this for all 5 petals. You don't necessarily need your ruler to check everyone once you've sort of got into the rhythm of doing it, but for the sake of being precise. So triangle, down down to the edge. I'm going to temporarily pin it this side just to keep this lined up better. Over. And fold down. Don't be afraid to double check that they're all lined. Okay, and keep going. And up. Down. Hold. Over. Triangle down. Clip everything in place. Double check all your layers at the edge. 1 cm. Triangle up, down, and on all of them make sure your triangle and that first fold again sit directly in that corner and everything's level. Fold over, fold your triangle down, check all your edges are lined up, and last one. Now I could have just shown you how to do one petal, but I think sometimes you need to see all 5 just so you can get into the natural, like pick it up rather than just seeing it once and then expecting to learn it. Fold it down. Okay. That's better. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. And what I like to do when I start my stitches, to stop that from happening, to stop that from popping open as I showed you, so to stop that from going like that, I always start my stitches from this triangle corner. So from this point, to make sure I go through this triangle, through this layer, and through here. Okay, so I've got my 7cm sharp darning needle, and I have got my extra strength double threaded Gutermann thread. And this is great for these type of bows because obviously it's extra strong, so when we cinch it we're not going to snap anything, where traditional cotton ribbons we will. So, like I said, make sure we're going through the triangle, both sides of the tip, through that layer, and through both sides of the triangle in there. 1, 2, 3. I'll just lift it up. Sorry, it's being fiddly. There we go. So through that triangle, through that layer, through both sides of that triangle. Okay, and it's very important to get all of those pieces, so it's almost 6 layers, 5 layers in total, because that's 2, 1, 2. So you want to go through all 5 layers to stop this side from moving, same as we want to go through the corner this side so that this one doesn't move. Okay, and we're going to do a 4 stitch. That one's in for 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clip. If this ever happens, there you go, take a clip. It went a little out of alignment, as I told you it can. Bring it back up so you can capture all those layers. And like I said, we've got all of them there. And we'll repeat that on all 5 pieces, making sure that, like I said, we're capturing all of our layers every single time without fail. Okay. That is the trick to most of these styles. And sorry I'm not very chatty when I do these. It is purely because I have to concentrate so I don't make mistakes. There we go. Next one. And what I'll do is I will pause and finish it off so I don't bore you with the stitching, and I'll show you once I'm done. Won't be a second. Okay, and I'm back and I've stitched all 5 of my petals, and as you can see, each one in 1, 2, 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 on each, and you'll see you've got 2 stitches on the back of all of them. Now some people might find it's weird that I keep my clips on at this point. Now the thing to check is, like I said, before you take everything off, make sure you've caught your stitches on all of those layers. Make sure that this isn't pulling up, okay? Because if anything is, you've missed anything on this point, so say that a stitch has been missed on one, instead of redoing all your petals and having to fold everything, what you can do with this on any of these stitch styles is you can pull your thread up, cut your knot off, pull it through. All of your petals are still folded exactly how they need to be. You can just adjust them a little bit and reline your edges up, and then you can re-put your stitches in, and it saves you from having to remake all of those petals again, because obviously you've just put like 5 to 15 minutes of your time in, depending on how long it takes you. And obviously if you made one little error, it's much quicker to do it that way than redoing it all again. So that's my little trick for you. And as you can tell, I'm occasionally a little bit clumsy with some of my makes, but like I said, you learn from them. So once you're finally happy that everything is as it should be, then you can take clips off. Okay, make sure all your petals are the right way up, and then I take this extra bit of thread, and what you do is you pull it really, really tight, like so, and quite literally tie it off super, super tight into a circle. Pull that up backwards out of the way and clip that off. Make sure you don't cut the back of your flower. And here you go. This is the front, and this is what the back looks like. To be honest, I like the back petal just as much as the front. So if you're in the mood to, obviously we've got the better folds at the front, but if you wanted to, you could use this side as well. So there we go. This is what we've got. We've got 2 felt circles, one for the back of the clip and one to attach our alligator clip to. Okay, so we're just going to put a dot of glue on our felt circle. And that would be my glue gun falling over. It's the other reason why I have a big chunky glue gun, because the bigger ones can take a lot more damage than the little glue guns if you're naturally clumsy like myself. So pop that on the back, and then what you want to do with your second circle is we need about that much there. So just put 2 little cuts here and here. Take your clip, thread that through, put it to where you want it on your clip, then we put a touch of glue just there. Touch of glue just there. Just hold it in place on the clip, and then we put the glue around the circle. Like so. Don't go overboard and put it right near the edges, because it's going to tack down to the other circle. Line that up with the circle here. There we go. I'm going to teach you the other trick. Now on mine, you can't see any of my stitches because I've done mine close enough to the edge as I was stitching in, and they're all hidden in the creases. Now when you're learning, you'll find on a couple of these styles especially, your stitches might be a little bit further up, and that is where different size pearl centres come in. So this is a bigger one. This is a 16mm half pearl. This is what I call an oh whoops half pearl. So like I said, if you could still see stitches and they're quite a bit far out, you use the bigger pearl. Obviously if they're just a tiny bit out but bigger than your small pearls, you use the next one down, and I think this is a 12, but I'll just check. Yep, this is a 12 to the 16. And if you got it right first time and it's nice and neat and everything like that, then you can use the smaller size, which is the one that most people use on these, which is 9mm. Okay, so like I said, that's a little trick. Have a couple of sizes, especially while you're learning, especially when you're new to making. And like I said, if you make an ooh whoops, it still looks cute with the bigger size. Okay, so I'm going to fill this slight hole with the glue. And again, don't put masses, because we don't want this to seep and go behind the pearl. We want it underneath the pearl, attaching the pearl to the bow. And what I also use is I've got this Petals 7000, or you can use E6000, whichever one you've got. And I put it on the back of the pearl. This takes 24 hours to set though. So the hot glue underneath is what's going to hold this while this takes its 24 hours to officially attach itself properly. Let's put that on there. Pop that on your centre. It will take a second, as you can see. There you go. And there is your super cute little adorable folded flower style 5 petals. You can do 10 if you want to, and layer it and mess around. And like I said, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you need any extra help whatsoever, the picture tutorial and myself are always available in the group. Thank you for watching. Bye.